Welcome to another segment of Unleashing the Champion Within podcast with your host, Andrea Mason, the Global Voice. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another segment of Unleashing the Champion Within with your host, Andrea Mason, the Global Voice, and your personal accountability coach. I am so excited for today's segment, for we are welcomed and blessed here with Miss Cynthia Pearce. Hello, Miss Cynthia. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here with you.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for fitting us in your busy schedule. So, Miss Cynthia, I would love for you to share with our audience and viewers on how, when we working together, you were able to take a leap of faith and be able to set aside your pride and call your former employer and request your job under your conditions. How did that work?
Well, it was one day that I was watching one of your YouTube videos, and I believe it was called Do Something Every Day That You Fear Doing. And as I'm just going through that video, listening to it, it was just like, okay, what is it that you fear? I had to question myself. And my biggest fear was, I think, just holding grudges, or just not even that, just being stuck with my pride of stepping out of my own stubbornness to do something different. And I know that might sound confusing, but I'm a complicated person, and I have a lot of fear of doing things, and taking a leap of faith is a big fear because you never know what can happen, and I hate no's. So this particular day, something said, just call your old job and ask them about hours. And that's the first thing I did. I spoke with a manager and asked them what was their hours. And as they gave me them, I just knew that I was working on something good without even knowing what was gonna happen. So when they told me the hours, I just said, let me just apply for all these different jobs dealing with the same type of energy as in food, because that's what I love doing, cooking. So I applied to a Burger King, which that was just a random try. I believe it was a Popeyes, and then IHOP was the third, and the fourth one was, actually it was two more. It was a prep cook position at a nonprofit organization where I volunteered for 6 months, and also a clothing room assistant, which I was a volunteer doing that particular position. So when I did all that, I got all these calls back from like the fast food restaurants, knowing that I wouldn't be able to probably do the job. I just was like, okay, I'm gonna schedule an interview. Next thing I know, an old manager from 5 years ago reached out to me randomly and said, Cynthia, is that you? And I'm saying, yes. And next thing I know, he said, this is great. Are you looking for a job? And I said, yes. And I told him my hours. He said, that's awesome. We will work with you. And right there, I was connected, and I started a new job, but old job.
Yeah, I just got chills. I remember that text exchange. It was just so amazing. And that's something we must keep in mind. Many times we may not think that we know the how, the why. We are our own worst critic, and we may have doubts. But when we take that leap of faith, it's not on our watch, it's not on our decision, but it's with our frequency, our optimism, and our confidence, which you have instilled and mustered up the courage to say, I've got this, I can do it. And I am so proud of you. You took that leap of faith, you worked within the hours that you requested, and based on that, not only were your prayers answered, but your work ethic, your persistency, and your perseverance has allowed you to shine. So I am so proud of you. And the last question I have for you, as I ask everyone, what is the next thing that you'd like to accomplish, your dreams, your goals that you would like to share with us?
I can say the next thing I'm willing to accomplish is completing my 5-year goal plan that I came up with 3 years ago. And I have honestly worked very hard to accomplish at least 15 things in that goal, but we always can prosper and work on something more. So that's really a long-term future for me. I mean, I'm sorry, a long-term goal for me is to complete the rest of this 5-year plan that I came up with when I felt at my lowest, when I didn't have a job and I was just learning how to understand the the boundaries with living a life on a budget or just splurging whenever you can because you know you're generating income. So now that I have learned all these different things, I took a lot of different courses to get knowledge on how to work on credit or, just build a better future, taking little classes like getting ahead to help people stop generational poverty. Like all the tools I learned within the last 5 years of me not working. And it took me 2 years within that 5 years to even work on a 5-year goal. So I'm gonna use all those tools I learned to be able to prosper in his life and to share it with my son so that he can understand the importance of credit or how hard it is to have a life policy insurance for whatever the case is, or just understand what's important to just be able to be who you are and love the job you do, whether you're, um, what's that called? I'm sorry, an enterprise, or you're working for somebody. You just have to love the job you do, no matter what it is. And I'm gonna continue to spread love and positive energy on that particular route in my journey.
Absolutely. Excellent. Well, I look forward to walking towards that next journey right beside you and your next step of life in your life transformational journey called Press Play, Planning Life for You. It's planning life according to you. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll have her back sooner than later to see her next milestone, achievement, and building a legend of love, a legacy of love, as well as financial, fun, and favorable tactics by pursuing your passion. Ms. Cynthia Pearce, ladies and gentlemen, her information will be in the show notes. We encourage and we are cheering you on from the sideline. And I thank you for choosing to press play. Plan life according to you. And we'll have you back sooner than later. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Stay tuned for the next segment of Unleashing the Champion Within with yours truly, Andrea Mason, the global voice and founder of Press Play, Plan Life According to You, your personal accountability coach. Be well and be safe. Take care, everyone. Be well.
Take care.